All right, so today we're going to cut some plate material. Got this plate here set up. It's nested. We're going to be using the X20 Kongsberg table. This is utilizing the Flexi head, as we can see there. The three tools that I have in there are a scribing tool, a through cut tool, and then a marking tool. So again, this is a 3-layer process. The file came over with a few layers in here. It came over with 5 layers. First one is registration marks. Second is our scribe. Third is the plot. And then I've got the image middle lines. Sometimes those are used for plate alignment. So that is an extra feature that we're not going to be using today. And then the last one here is image cut. Now, the way we set up a job is we select the material, and then we select our tooling preset. Once we do that, we can see here that it has applied all the feeds and speed settings. The last thing that I want to do is go into the production tab and use a production preset of Flexo plate and manual. What that does is it turns on placement so that none of our images are scaled or anything like that. And then it also turns on a manual search area. So once we have those settings enabled, you can simply hit start on the control panel here. Start the job. Machine activates its vacuums and then turns on the camera. With the camera, I'm going to find the area that the machine has the registration dots. So I'm going to drive the table. So there we can see that first registration dot. So with my mouse, I'm going to select a coarse alignment, so just a rough alignment. The machine's going to measure the thickness, and then it's going to come down to the correct focus height. Once we get to the correct focus height, we can now see the target better. And we'll do an alignment. Right there, find the target. Now it's looking for the next target over here. That one, now we're looking for this one. And then our last target is at the bottom left. So once we confirm all targets, the machine begins scribing the areas that we want to put those letters in for your part numbers. And then after that, it's going to fill that with ink, and then we'll do our cutting. So I am going to pause the video here because this is a little bit longer of a process, and then I'll pick it back up when we begin plotting. All right, so we're getting ready to switch over now to plotting. All the scribing is complete, and we can now see the machine depositing permanent ink into the scribe there. So when this scribe layer first came over from the ESCO file, it was in the bottom right. I've kind of shifted that up to the center a little bit. So originally it was down here in this corner. So I've kind of moved everything up to more centered and just up off of the edge a little bit. So again, I'll pause the video and we'll pick back up when it starts cutting. All right, we've now completed all the plotting. So we're going to begin cutting now. There we go. There's our cuts, ready for final trim.